Hello, hello. We're live for Title Tuesday. Very first game. GM. Bushgas Gambit. Right into the action. Welcome in to the Gambit Man's channel. We have C3. Tries to decline it. Do something fancy with a quick D4. We've got Gambit prep everywhere. We play this? E takes D5 is equal. C takes D4 is a slightly worse endgame for white, actually. Let me turn this down a little bit. Alright, this is just playing some equal line. It is what it is. You didn't want his pawn, you didn't want any of that. Play this a little more ambitiously, something like knight c6. He has an isolated pawn. It's not a ton. Let me mute this. What's up, GM Capybara? Alright, we're up time in Title Tuesday, believe it or not. Trade, I think, I can't really grab this. Unless, like, d4. Bishop d5. Bishop c3. No, there's nothing there. Bishop c3, pawn c3, and I'm losing, right? Yeah. Why did I have a feeling that worked? Okay. What do we want to do here? Like rook e8 and stuff. I want to attack this. I could have just like admired it. That's not really what I wanted. Just here. What's up? b3. Is this off the table? And eating this? I feel like I've had crazier ideas. I have no idea what's happening though after an 82. It's actually maybe working, and then knight of 3. Alright, we'll do it. This is compelling here. Knight e2, bishop d2, knight d2, bishop e2. Otherwise, what do you even do? Rook e2? Maybe this is even better. Take here, trade, knight d4, fork. Thing is, like, take, bishop e2 is what I imagine happening. And then queen b7. d4. I still should have 2 pieces for the rook. Otherwise, if you take my knight here, yeah, minimum I can grab a couple of pieces. No, but I'm winning a piece. Rook e2, no good, because I take here, and that works out how I want, right? Take, knight d4, queen d5, knight e2 check. You can't recapture without losing your queen. So knight e2, bishop d2. Or knight e2, do I even take here first? Or do I give you bishop b4? Oh, wait, knight e2, there is the queen coming across, but that's actually okay. Knight e2, I take here. Wait, I should have decided. No, I'm getting 2 pieces in every line. Bishop f3, bishop b4, bishop e2, bishop c5. Okay, let's just stick with the original. The other option was compelling as well. So they might take b7 here. I was going to take d4. I also have, like, crazier ideas. But here, take b7, take d4. This should be extremely good for me, actually. And I want this without hanging my rook. I'm not sure we can arrange that. But knight c2 is a threat. No reason why not. Oh, no, now they defend a1. Okay, wait, let's give it a shot. Oh, really? Wait.
5, 4, 5.
I have a piece.
4, 5.
Was that just really good? No, that means 5.
4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2,
I just should have taken a4.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2,
Yes!
3.
Oh! We just beat a 29-34! Or he's 29-49 before he played me. Let's go! Bushcast Gambit victory in round 1 of Tilted Tuesday. Whew! What a nail biter. What a nail biter. Where's that game review? Woo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, let's open this on Twitch. Whew. I've still got nerves from that. Alright, let's have a look. So, bishop c5, he declined my Bushcast Gambit. And I said, you're going to have to do it. He wants to play like a quick d4. I played d5, d4, pawn takes d5 here, he plays. The engine recommended line here, well, of course, other than taking the pawn, is going to be here, e takes d5, and then I play this line with knight f6, and d4 they can play. But this, I mean, this is like the top engine line, and we still sacrifice some stuff and have some fun. But he transposed here with d4. It's the same position here. It takes. If cd4, there's a worse endgame for white, having to go down this path, and they have some weaknesses here, here, and here. In the game, so we just had an equal position after ed5, knight f6. They took this pawn, check, and I'm going to collect this d5 pawn back. And so, you know, this is just about equal as we've developed our pieces, both of us here. Okay. Yeah, as we develop our pieces. Can I turn on the analysis? Yeah. So, in the game, h3, I'm trying to put some pressure on d4. So, like, I could, like, really, really fortify this. I could go here, 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 saying, please, please, please let me hold d5. But I'm trying to cause them some sort of problem. I'm trying to actually attack d4, rather than just, like, holding on to this one square so much. Like, they could play bishop d3, knight g5, and queen h5 in that time, and cause me some problems on the king while I hold just this blockade, pretty blockade against the isolated queen pawn. Okay, h3, bishop h5, and I'm looking all the time for, like, these complications. Okay, I'll get back to this game later. Okay, next game, we're playing an FM from Iran. Let's go. I'll get this. My understanding is this isn't the best for white because of this line. C5. This also does move B5. Alright, let's play B5. I don't know, what do you got? And no C5. Okay. Not really impressed. What to do? I might have to move it twice. It's kind of the thing. Alright, whatever. If it happens, it happens. Trying to, like, win the pawn. I don't think he can do that. Because I think take, DC5, knight a6. Unless this is some line I don't know. It's going to go here. I don't see how you're saving this, because b4 is going to take it with the pin. Okay, yeah. This is actually going to be very good for me, I think. Let's come back, because there seems to be no future here. It's too solid. Maybe I just should go d5, right? I like my position, though. I don't think white has any advantage. If you want to play e4, I mean, I understand this opens here. But I think the resulting structure is good, even if the piece placement... yeah, it wasn't perfect. Okay, you know what? I have designs of playing b4. I don't want you to shut that down. He's got all his pawns on pretty dark squares for his light square bishop. Okay, wait, he's asking me to do this? Yeah, it's not really so fantastic. Okay, maybe I trade and push c4? That'd be so weird. Let's trade. I don't want this. I want this file. Oh, I did not expect that. Maybe I should have pushed c4. That was a good move, actually. Try to get there. What did I give this? That kind of disrupted everything I wanted to do in the position. I think d7. Bring the other one in. dc4. Trying to get in here. If I remove these knights, I can. No, I have queen b7. He has to recapture. Just gonna trade and then queen b7 check was my idea. I might have had better, but 2 down on the clock here. No, I don't think that works. What was your point? Okay, was that on purpose? You know what? Even more than I want the pawn, I want the queens off the board. It's just a practical choice right now. Let's get him off. He's not going to take it. Why did he even bothered? Let me see 6. It's whatever. You take here, but I just want this pawn. It's going to be hard to win. It's going to be hard to win, and he knows it. It's going to be really hard to win. I don't even know what my plan is here to win this game. Are we coming all the way around? What am I attacking even? Is he gonna try to win this game just because I'm low on time? Don't get forked.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3.
Okay, come on, what?
2, 3, 2, 1, 2.
Come on.
2, 3. 4.
I just dropped it. No, it's fine, actually.
3, 2, 2. 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2.
Wait, I missed rook f2.
3,
Go back.
2, 3,
Who's trying to win this game right now?
2, 3.
Alright, I'm trying to win this game. It's great.
2, 3,
You missed your chance.
2, 2, 1, 2.
Wait, can he go e6? Yeah, wait, shoot, e6? What do I do? Take e7?
1.
Wait, 6 takes e7. Don't I lose?
2.
Oh wait, now I have this. That was
3,
smart.
4, 3, 2, 3, 4,
Can I win?
2,
Shoot. How do I win?
1, 2, 1, 2, 2.
I don't know. I didn't have a win there.
3, 4, 3, 4, 3,
Alright.
4, 3, 4, 5.
Alright, a wild one. Wait, I'm actually Time travel addict. You said it. Please add emote only mode in the game. You got it. My apologies. My apologies about that. You'll note you are the first person to message in the Twitch chat on this stream. But I will add emote only mode on Twitch. I don't know how to do it on YouTube Live. Just where most of the chatters are. Start review. Wait, I just want to kind of fast forward here a little bit. Alright, let's just go through this. So, I am better out of the opening. I think he thought he could take and win this pawn, but I do have this nice move, knight a6. No way to defend it. b4, I can eat it. Queen d6, I can go here and eat it. So there's nothing they can do there. So then, I kind of have this bishop pair, so the engine likes it a tiny bit. This was a nice decision here, just trying to open something for me. But f5 was a poor decision because of their nice strike with c4 here, or dc5 and c4. But yes, I should have closed that off. But it's okay, c4 is a good strike. Now their pieces are nice, but I fought back into the game, and I wondered, what did we miss here? We both missed this line with rook b5. Oh, the point is, like, because they can't recapture on e5 because they'll lose one of these 2 points, right? They'll lose one of these 2 dudes, either the knight or the bishop, but only if my queen is here, and my only other square is now c6, which gets hit by that. So we both missed that. We both missed this line. He just thinks he has to sack the exchange, which is a totally fine exchange sack. They got a pawn and a beautiful bishop, as I keep saying. It's all the pawn, literally every single pawn. He had all 8 at one point on the opposite color of the bishop. Okay, queen b4, which was actually the best move. I said it was just a practical choice not to take here, but because I saw queen d7, but apparently it's actually really bad. These are all hanging, and then we know the pattern of the check with on this diagonal, followed by knight f7 can be brutal. Okay, queen b4, rook a1, we swap the queens. My opponent, I think, yeah, makes a really practical choice here to save this game, and then takes on d5, and then this is just a drawn endgame. What I needed to do was actually dodge that trade, and just have confidence. Yeah, I'm going to pick off this pawn anyway. It gives me some winning chances here. But, okay. But then this I thought, like, I didn't really see how to win this game. I'm way down on the clock. I was fine to just draw, and it is triple zeros. It is triple zeros. The engine was giving me... No, the more it thinks about it, the more it's just triple zeros. But then something happened here, so I blunder this pawn. Okay, wait. But then, did we miss anything? Maybe. I don't know. Next game started. Oh, it's Maghsoodloo. Okay, emote only. Okay, are you happy, chess.com admin? Let's go. 1.5 out of 2 entitled Tuesday. Playing one of the better junior players in the world. If not the best. Who likes his queenside pawn moves. We could transpose to an open. We could just do our thing. Okay, let's play d3 instead of d4. d4, I'm sure like the engine would have wanted me to do it. My idea is kind of bishop b7. Yeah, I wanted to play g4 in one go, and I think he's aware of that. He's aware of that, certainly. Alright, let's play h3. Okay. This is so crazy. Might be like really quick knight d4s. This did cross my mind. This did cross my mind. So, I mean, probably... f5 is compelling. Between f5 and g5... I feel like I gotta go for it. Yeah, I mean, what am I doing if I'm not going for it? No, actually, yeah, I like this. Alright, so yeah, e6 and knight e7, right? Maybe I should castle on. Is this my chance? Take. Bishop takes. Knight h4. This is interesting idea. Try and go quick f5. So if knight e7, yeah, that was my idea. Okay, what was your point here? What was your point? That? You're just gonna let me? Oh. That's not something I saw. Okay. I need to stop that. Okay, if king takes e2. Just kind of interesting. No, he didn't think that was cute. Is this good? Could be good. She's got all this stuff, yeah. Wow. I don't know why I thought this was like such an achievement when it is proven to be inconsequential. I don't even know what to play.
5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2,
Oh, did he miss that?
1.
Oh, dumb. Let's check. GG. Did I have anything
3.
here? No, he was in control the whole time. This dude's good. This dude's good. No reprieve in Title Tuesday, huh? Man. Alright, I'll give y'all some freedom of speech. Only off. Yeah, it was a good start to Title Tuesday, wasn't it? Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, the engine wants me to go into an open Sicilian. It says actually I can go queen takes c4. Is there a point for this? Just come back. Why wouldn't you take with the knight? I don't know. Some defense here, maybe. It didn't like this idea. I think just go here like a normal person. G5 is correct. Knight h4 is fine. I wanted f5 right away. Some fear that he might just eat this. But okay, I just play with some comp here. Okay. h4 trying to play f5. This is good on my part. Okay, I'm actually better. Look at this. Plus 0.6, 0.7. It likes what I did of getting the pawn all the way here. It's like, it's pretty. I was supposed to go knight f4. Which, okay, actually just relieves all the tension of dealing with bishop g3 check, of this getting traded. Bishop e3, the problem was, yeah, I lost this pawn, which I didn't even see. He just ate that pawn right away. And that's a huge, that was the game right there. At bishop e3, I just hung this. Yeah, and it means a brutal pawn to lose. Look at all these pieces just pouring into these squares now that I can't keep them out. Thank you, Arad, with the follow. We fought in this endgame pretty well, I think, all things considered. That was like a -2 advantage, and we've worked this down to triple zeros. If I go take... Well, what is the... Apparently, and I eat these pawns? That's crazy. Do you know what it is? It's the light square bishop against these guys. This is a brutal setup to have to deal with a light square bishop hitting your pawns. Okay, my game is quick, so I'll have a minute here. To have to deal with light square bishop hitting your pawns because they're stuck there, and those are really, really bad pawns to lose because these guys are quite close to the end. So that is nice. That makes a lot of sense, actually. But king f4... Okay, again, it keeps wanting me to do that, and I missed this idea completely. I'm actually... Now it's winning for me if I do this. Oh, because of some mate threats? This was totally off my radar. This is the only way to not get checkmated. To create this square. And now here, now I eat all these dudes and come here and come to... Wow. Totally off my radar. Brutal blunder. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I had something here. Rook e8 was the move. Rook e8 was the move, and he got me. Okay. It's crazy. This guy finished with 249. So that means in 3+1, he spent an average of... What? If he spent 1 second per move, he would have 3 minutes. So he only spent 11/37ths more than 1 second. He spent like less than 1 point. He spent less than 1 1/3 seconds per move. Pool 3T with the sub with Prime. Appreciate it. I've had a few requests to play me. Guys, I'm in Title Tuesday right now. I just had a versus viewers stream last stream. I will certainly have one again. If you join the Discord to get notified, it's on the link tree there. You get notified when I go live and such. You'll know when it's coming. If you're subscribing on Twitch, YouTube, you'll have priority to play me. How about you win? Great comment. Oh, my bad, that was uncalled for. As soon as I read it out loud. The internet's so funny. Yesterday, on my celebratory 10K YouTube subscribers stream, we were getting lots of followers and subscribers, which is really nice, but the usernames, speaking of the internet being crazy, the username for something that I was reading out loud every time. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. That's so belated. My birthday's in November. But I appreciate it. That's so sweet. Oh no, did you delete your comment? Have I ever looked at the Mangarini variation? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. The best way to play against it is to decline it, in my opinion, which is not so hard to do. Here, so this is just swinging on the board, so it's easy. A3, right? Because A3 really gives white's hand, as like B4 being the idea, you just play G6. And if B4, you play bishop G7. And the thing about this pawn, you never have to take. You never have to take and give them what they want, right? B4 is only effective if you're threatening to play B5 and hit a knight here. So if they play knight C6, then yes, they probably have to take your gambit, and then you can have fun. But if G6, it does a couple things. First of all, B4, bishop can come to G7. Second of all, if B4, however that happens, you just play D6. You just play D6, and then this trade here is even good for black. Opening some stuff up. Bishop comes here pretty nicely. So, like, yeah, like they might fall into your trap. I know exactly what you want to happen. You want the knight to try and threaten to C7. I know the one line. But, I mean, I don't have such a high opinion of it. I think black can weasel out of it pretty quickly. Hey, well, enjoy Title Tuesday's show. Show them who the Gambit Man is. You got it. You got it. Reading some other comments. Just saw the Alphabet Grafe Gambit video. Super excited to try them out. Great comments. Yeah, we got them. We're going to get them with the Gambits. We're going to get them with the Gambits. I have no fear. I play them against anyone. Even against Maghsoodloo. You think someday I'll pronounce his name correctly? Maybe. Alright, this is an American FM, Dylan Ting. We each have 1 F out of 3 in Title Tuesday. I like his profile pic. Just a big thank you. I should make one. I got nothing. I just got the... What should I should make a Gambit Man one. For the Bushgas Gambit. We got our Gambit glasses ready. GM, we beat in round 1. Declined the Bushgas Gambit. And it didn't work out so well for him. Ooh. Might not work out so well for you, mate. I'm giving you every opportunity. Am I not giving you every opportunity? Alright. Alright. Wants a quick knight d5. I think he wants the long castle. Yeah. Yep. Called it. The thing is, I never played h6. He wants me to play h6, but I'm not going to play h6 until you short castle. Until or unless you short castle. We can play forward. Alright, let's play 5. Threatening to trap the bishop. So then you might have to play a3 or a4, which is not something you want to do if you're putting your king there. Because right now I'm threatening to trap the bishop. c6 was useful for... Okay. So look, if you want to put your king there, it's not my funeral. Hi, sorry, wait, I have to take away your freedom of speech. Emote only. On. For Twitch. Go to YouTube if you want to chat. During the game. Alright, this pawn's coming all the way down. It would have been good to have bishop g4, actually, as a resource. Without knight a4, I think this is annoying. I also have knight g4 as a resource. Of course I can exit this pin now that my knight is here. Yeah, without knight a4. If the pawn was on a3, then I'd get rolling here, maybe b4. So I like this idea, actually. Am I threatening to take it? I might get trapped in there if I do, so it's not... Our idea is like take, and queen b2. I think king d2 would defend both these. But it's not impossible. Bishop b3, I was going to go here. Also, maybe. Knight g4, rook f1. This is interesting. The king's still in the middle. d5, h5. I don't know. It's interesting. Because if they take everything here, then I was going to eat this. And I just feel like opening the center is not... I'm just trying to do not what they wanted. I'm not sure this was objectively the best. Oh, wow. Okay. Really? Like... oh. With your pawn on h4. e4, I'm not... e4 is actually probably the best. Yeah. It's annoying to deal with. We've got these all over hanging on by a thread. The thread is held. This knight might go to h2, the square created by your pawn on h4. I'm trying to, like, undo this whole contraption to free these guys, though. I also had bishop b4, which threatened d4. It's not a bad move. Whoa. I mean, like, it has to be good. Didn't even calculate, but it has to be good just to put that in there. I mean, I think I'm, again, on team has to be good. Maybe I'm getting pinned awkwardly. But again, I'm just trying to free these guys. But yeah, I got the pawn in your face, and that is a free extra pawn. Whatever. Okay. Okay, this is good. Right? I'm skeptical of that. Did I hang this? No. I just want to go here and here. Alright, let's be quick. Come on, William. I need this. That wasn't what I wanted. Oh, I'm not up a pawn? I thought I was up one pawn. No, I don't like my decision. I should get the queens on. I had a queen c2, but it wasn't so clear. Alright, come on, come on, come on.
5, 4, 3, 4. 5, 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1.
No bishop f8. Oh, now bishop f8. Ah! Why didn't it tell me my time at the end? I didn't hear a countdown when I flagged. I think I rely on that too much. Ah! This is, I've been heading for a draw. I can't keep my extra pawn. I was gonna try. I mean, I have this passer. Ugh. I hate when the flag falls in good positions. Killing me. He was good. I played better than him, though. Alright. I love all these blunders we trade because they refuse to take on e5, which is always very funny because this is a +2 position or more. But okay, no bush gas accepted. We had this line. We had some interesting stuff here. So they're trying to just attack me over here. If I do play h6, they might look for bishop takes h6, they might look for a fishing pole, or they might just look for the good old-fashioned, use that as a hook, trade the pawns to open the g-line. So I'm not just going to play g6 before they've committed their king in this direction, because they could go the other way and then attack me in the game. So a4 to not get trapped. And so in here now, queen b6. This is actually a minus 0.9 right out of the opening. d5. Yeah, okay. Better knight g4 was just what I was thinking of. I thought rook f1. Oh, the bishop's running out of squares now. Also, there's no sacrifices. So knight g4 was actually a very good idea. Okay, this was pretty interesting. They did this all correct. Everything here was actually their only way towards equality. It's nothing good for their knight to do. But d4, really weird line. I could have gone for this. I could have gone for this, and I was considering it. But okay, I kept the queens on the board because I thought this pawn would damage them a little bit. But I thought I was up a pawn here, which was mistaken, because they grabbed this one, which is what threw my pawn count off internally. Actually, and I never clocked that. Okay. So we're just dancing around here. This was a miss, because the best move was something to keep the queens on. I lose this one, but... Okay. Here, and now we're just in an endgame, which is maybe a little worse for me, because I got that dark square pawn against this, and it's easier for them to just go and create a pass pawn, much more so than for me to make a pass pawn out of this. So I'd rather be white here, but okay. We fought. This is interesting, because, I mean, it seems overwhelmingly likely that I'm just going to end up taking one of these, and they're going to take one of these, right? And then they'll have a passer. So I do have to be quite careful, and Oh, an absolutely filthy move that we both missed. Rook takes b7. Wow. Knight takes b7, a6. This is a crazy position, because literally if my knight wasn't on the board at all, I would maybe even be winning. Rook c8, a7, or just rook a8. But because my knight is on the board, it deals with this so poorly. It deals with this so poorly that A, it can't move to control queen square itself, and B, now my rook gets here too late. I don't have time for rook a8, and I can't guard the promotion square. There's no way for the knight to hit a8. It'll take it like 4 moves to do that. Boom, 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 or something, right? Which is way too slow. Otherwise, rook c8. Right now, they can come to the b line, and that queen square is controlled. So that's crazy. That is crazy. Rook takes b7, and otherwise I take this pawn, but this is just, yeah, killer. Okay, we both missed that. Rook b4 here. We both missed rook b5, which is a brutal move. Yeah, I might have to undouble their pawns, which spells trouble. Okay, so, I mean, I got away with one here. So then they start targeting my kingside pawns. They were correct to not play bishop f8, because king g8 then attacks both these guys. But so first, spreading out a little bit there. I take, they take, and it's still equal. I just need to step off of this. They take f6, and okay, it's all equal here. I mean, they might be winning another one, but I do have this guy. Here, if they go for this. Yeah, I mean, they're running out of space here a little bit before attacks. No, I mean, there's no reason I should have lost this game. My opponent did play very, very well after the opening. I think their opening was, like, not befitting of playing a fellow FM. It's like asking me to play h6, which, of course, I understand not to do that before the king is committed. And so they were worse, but from here on, they actually played really, really, really well to get back to an equal position. Okay. All right, through 4 games of Title Tuesday, we have 1.5 out of 4 against some very stiff competition. We opened with a Bushgas win over a GM, which was nice. Since then, we've let a couple opportunities go. We did get crushed by Maghsoodloo. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. We'll get him next game. If I make my profile picture Bushgas Gambit, people may be more inclined to deny it. What if I make my profile picture the denial position of the Bushgas Gambit? So then it's like, okay, play this move. Play pawn d3 instead of knight takes e5. That's literally my profile picture. I wanted to go over I win against the GM. Oops. Against the GM. Oop.
3.
We were here, right? Yeah, so this is interesting. So, okay, I mean, we're all just doing normal stuff. Pieces come out, queen b3. And this is the decisive big moment that I find rook takes e2. Okay, come on, give me that sweet, sweet exclam. What's up? What's up? Can I please have my exclam? Please? Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Rook takes e2. Big exclam, right? Everything else is equal, actually. Everything else is equal, but rook takes e2 out of nowhere is working in spite of 3 possible captures we have to calculate. Rook takes, knight takes, or 4 even. But the captures on d5 aren't so legitimate because, like, at minimum, yeah, we have bishop takes f3, and picking off, well, things are a little crazy, but it works out. Here, they can take back here. But we should go up at minimum a pawn. In the game, yeah, so rook takes e2 was another option, but then I take here a knight d4, and you just got to trust that this is good. And the reason why this works out really nicely, this defends, queen takes d5, I have knight takes e2 check, which is really nice, because that knight has split between having to guard their queen. So here, I am already ahead the pawn I took, and probably more to come. Yeah, king moves, and then I trade queens and take the bishop. So that actually works out really nicely. So rook takes e2, I mean, I only got one exclam, but that should be 2. That's a really nice move. So in the game, knight takes e2, and now we grab d2. I was considering taking f3 and taking d2. There was a lot going on. Okay, I grab d2. They recapture on d2, right? What else do you do? And then I take e2. Okay, that one didn't deserve an exclam. But I take e2 now, and so at this moment, I have a knight and bishop for the rook with even pawns, and they take b7, which I think is correct. Otherwise, like, yeah, you go rook e2, knight d4. Here, okay, you're just going to admit to being down a pawn, the pawn that I grabbed here right on d4, which is the point of my little combo. Queen takes b7, knight takes d4, which I think is pretty reasonable. Oh, knight a5 traps the queen! That's crazy. Bishop's covering these squares, the knight is covering these squares, and then this knight covers these squares. So literally all the pieces combine and cover each one of the squares, and the queen is trapped. That's wild. That's wild. Okay, I just took here. So knight b3 with the pawn trade, and then this was filthy. This was filthy. I could be like, oh yeah, let me just be up 2 pieces for the rook, like yada yada yada. But things can go south pretty quickly. Like here, you do all this, and then all of a sudden, like they're going like rook d1, or they take on a7. Boom, you got problems all over the place, and the rooks are looking good. Rook d1. Oh yeah, we take it. Rook takes d1, but it's still a problem. Okay, but in the game, we found a nasty idea, which is first including rook b8, queen takes a7. And then 2 more exclams for William, because look at the gap in eval. Look at the gap in eval. Here, let me turn on that eval bar. Look at the gap in eval. It's minus 3.5 for the best move, and minus 0.5 for the second best move. Knight to f3 check with the fork. And he just lets me do the fork. Because the problem is, takes queen g5. It's all got to be with check, because if I do anything that's not with check, it's not queen g5? It's knight f4? I was going to go queen g5. It's knight f4. So that the queen still defends here, and you're setting up queen g5, queen g2 with the knight's defense. And what if king h2? Oh, then here, still holding the rook and threatening a mate. That was not to be seen. Okay, well, let's do more analysis later. Next game, we're playing a CM from Ukraine. Good luck. Bye-bye, freedom of speech in Twitch. That was a crazy game we were analyzing there. I've checked. I've played this one. Should play knight c6 here. If you play e6 too early, I do have d4 without the knights controlling here. Yeah, I think this is good. This is a strike specific to this position, then maybe here and grab it. If you insist. If you really insist, I will come here and take your pawn. Because now you've played e6 in an open Sicilian, which is not what you want. e6 is good if you can keep it closed with these pawns on the board. That's what I mean. Then you're fighting against my only other break in the position. Here, your pawn should be on e7, and your knight should be on f6. Because now I have the d line open. And you have to do something awkward. Okay, a6 is going to be their next move. I mean, I might just play like bishop e3 and we're just coming back. Do I have like some fancy strike? I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no. Alright, well, I mean, that's an achievement. This was more annoying for you than it was for me to have to do that. Right, you gotta come back. Queen b6, I have knight f5, I think. Yeah, queen b2, take... Yeah, you're not going queen b6, no way. I might have missed my opportunity to grab c6 in a slightly nicer way. Bishop e3, now there's knight a5, right? That might just be something I bite the bullet on. Unless I play f5 here. I mean, if f5 is ever good, it would be now. Do I just YOLO it? It's hard to say why it's good. F5, take, take, take. No, we're coming back. If knight a5, then I'll do it. But otherwise, if castles, I don't think I have it. Castles, I'll just go queen d2. As disappointing as that might be. Let's play king h1, more useful. It might have worked. A little sacrifice. I just... For sure. I mean, I would love for you to, like, commit a bishop that way. Okay, really? You're scared of it. Not really. Let's see what you do. I'm just gonna go here. Just outplay him. I don't like wasting time on things I don't do anyway. Okay, now? No, well, now this is nicer. Just knight takes b3 hitting this. Yeah, that's just a simpler way to win. Just win this pawn. If I take everything, then they just take b2, right? So let's be more prudent. Bishop c5 or bishop d4? This is nicer, I think. Yeah, if I trade everything, they take 4 times, then they take b2, right? But now it's effective. But they're pinned, I mean. B6, do I take it? I think so. It's a clean pawn. Knight d5, knight d5. No, I don't like this. I can't believe I didn't take it. If I didn't take it. F6 they should play. The position's still very nice for me. I just want a solid position more than I want to fish for the pawn. Okay, this is really nice. This is beautiful. We'll just win it like this. I got this. Let's bring our king. AC5, yeah. Maybe rook d4. Is that an knight d4 actually?
Five, four, three, four.
trade. There's this check, right?
3, 4. 3, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2.
Beautiful.
One, two. 1.
No! This is completely winning. Plus 5.6. I also thought I played it in time. Killing me. Can't believe I did that twice in a row. Yeah, this was, I think, largely well done here because this is just such a pretty position. The bishop is just so stuck to this pawn, and it was just good technique without risking anything. It's a completely winning endgame. I mean, this wasn't right, putting the pawns on all light squares. If I had this in time, of course, this literally just resigns, because here I just take this, and I take all the pawns. Otherwise, it just goes. It's not even close. I mean, if he doesn't do it, I just need to figure something else out. Like on this side of the board, we'll get something going. Make a pass pawn over here. He's just completely stuck here. Should I have struck with f5? No. No. Everything I did was fine here. Queen d2 first was better. Didn't really matter. Just improved our position. Just improved our position. What do I want here? This was fine, honestly. No, this was an endgame I knew I could win. Just this knight against this bishop. I mean, I could have played better, of course, but it's just really stupid. It's really stupid. Ah, that sucks. What got me... So, that's the thing. When it says 1, it won't say 1 again. Like, it said 1, and then I made a move, and then so because my time was somewhere under 2, it doesn't announce my clock. And when I don't hear the 1, I don't panic enough to drop my mouse. Yeah, I gotta trust my first candidate move, you're right. Alright, next game until Tuesday. Playing an American National Master with a Michael Jordan profile picture. I know you have to be careful here. Rookie 1 is like g5. I think I could play here. I know bishop e2 and d4 is also fine. What happens? I might just lose the pawn. Okay. It's a nice bishop you had there. It'd be a shame if someone traded it. That was forced because I was hitting c5 otherwise if you Dodged. I'd love to do this. Can I arrange that? Okay, they don't want me to arrange that. Please. Please, can I have this square? Pretty please. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Gotta just have faith here, right? Maybe, like, there's some hits on this pawn. Thing is, my concern is even after the knight drops into d6, I could lose this pawn. Like, they allow, some lines where they allow knight d6 check. So what I really want with e5 and c4, but I also want this a lot. I also want this a lot, so I have d4. This bishop has been so stupid on d3, but we've played around it. We got this bishop out somehow, and... Okay, they do that, yeah. Trade. Drop in here. Queen d5, I bishop e4. Yeah, okay, they didn't blunder that. Fork. It has to go here. There's no other option, really. Here in e7, e5. Trying to generate something for realsies. Trying to get something for realsies. Okay, well, here in d4 would be nice, right? If I could get that before you escape. Knight f6, I'll take it. And d4? Are you long castling? I could do this. Take b7. But is there a point? I like... Well, the thing is rook d8. You don't have to long castle per se, right? Rook d8 might be a good move. Alright, we should go here. Knight e5, I think, is not a good move at all, because bishop b7. And then queen b7, there's knight d6, so you don't want to do that. Otherwise, it gives me that resource, but any knight move hits my queen. But maybe f4 is a resource. d4, I just didn't like rook d8. Might have been, like, not the end of the world, considering some lines. Yeah, I think that's correct. Can I go knight g4? F5, knight f6. That's not really it. Oh wait, this is a good move. I think. Knight e5, queen f6. c4. That's a crazy situation. The other option is just recapture. Otherwise, wait, castles, it's not like I have a threat. I guess I want to go here? What even is my point? I'm not sure I have one. Queen 6. Oh, that is surprising. Can we make something happen? I went there specifically for here, and I didn't want to get hit. The knights look good. It's not like my position's so phenomenal. Queen e3 probably better, just because it attacked us. I'm going with the A rook. Should I just go with the F rook? I'll give you this. Well, okay, now I would really give it. Here. Alright, let's start to trap it. No more takes E2. Now you have G5. Yeah, you have G5. Oh! Cool. Sucks for them, I've been there. But I don't think their position was so great anyway. But it wasn't so bad. They played pretty well. They played pretty well for sure. They certainly knew some theory here. It's funny because this knight has now moved 1, 2, 3 times. And it's the only piece that's moved. But it's dodging this trade here that would otherwise help my position. 82 hitting that pawn, c3, dc3, opening the bishop once we can make that trade off for that pawn. But my bishop here has moved 1, 2, and probably has to move for a third time as well, tying the knight in moves to move the d-pawn to move this. e5 looks really nice to create that, but it's actually, I think, runs into trouble. Oh no, e5 is actually totally okay. Rook e1 runs into trouble. Yeah, this is kind of annoying. Really weird position. When it's closed, you can try to do stuff. Okay, here, trade off the dark square bishops. Yeah, b5 was not precise. Better to e5. Really playing against this guy. Poor bishop here, having these all stuck on the same color. Interesting. So b5, a4, and I create... Yeah, so a4 is correct in e5, so now I create this nice little route into d6, which we go for. Best was queen e2. It wants to bring the queen to e3. It wants to bring the queen here and attack. Okay. I went here because the bishop wasn't doing anything, but it's not an effective pin. Oh, what's going on here? Takes. They have this one move for k7. Just holds the a6 pawn, and it's simple enough, and they're just better. Just need to move this, and they're better. Okay. Whoops, we both missed that. The 85 here was interesting. I was thinking about this. It's stupid. Here, check king d7. This crossed my mind, but they're just going to have 2 pieces for the rook. I have to move my queen. It's attacked. I know we're good to go, and then they should have 2 pieces for the rook with a solid enough position. That's interesting. I was trying to be a little too ambitious. Yeah, so here, I mean, it's just about equal, or black's even better. And I allow them to take c2, they say no. And they really should have taken c2, actually. Now I defend it. f6 here. No, they're totally fine. It's equal when they flag. I don't have g4. I thought I had this big g4 resource, but they're fine after g5 and creating this square. I mean, okay, it was an option. Maybe gives me ideas to do something here. But not a ton going on in this position. But unfortunately for them, their flag fell. Yeah, I've been there. Here, I was just supposed to take it. G takes is correct. E takes gives me that resource, some problems, some openings here. Alright, win some, you lose some. What are we at? 2.5 out of 6, I think. Which is tough after starting 1.5 out of 2. Okay, Sean Martinez, my man. My man, good luck. Pushing pawns, NYC. Is that a Puerto Rican flag? Yeah. Bushcast Gambit? Yeah. Bushcast Gambit rolling in Title Tuesday. Come on. Give me something. Yes, let the Gambit man have his Gambit glasses. I know this line in particular, the way he's doing it, with the knight c3 and f6 included, and now knight f3, because with this here and here, it would be a little different. d5 here is nicer, but this is a really good way for it to play. And my compensation, honestly, is not enough here. White actually did a because knight c3, I gave them another opportunity to take on e5, and he took the second opportunity. Alright, let's go here. which is kudos to him. But yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna give them another chance to accept the Gambit. Okay, okay. We got some interesting ideas here, like bishop g4, f6. Thank you for the sub. Bishop g4, bishop d3. Alright, just king castle. I want this. Pressure. Yeah, there's too much hit on e4. To be clear, white should be up a solid pawn here, but I think it might be a little trickier than they might give it credit for, because you can't castle long, and what I want is a short castle to really run into some heat along here. That's what we're going for. And now takes, might force pawn takes f3, lest your queen lose the defense there. And pressure here. Suddenly it gets tricky. Takes, I can already force pawn takes f3. Bishop should be on e2. And it came to d3. Should be e2 right now. What? How does this work? Really? No way. No way. No way. No chance. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to let you get away with this. Alright, g4. Admire their creativity, because the position was tricky to play. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. Open the defense onto that pawn. And with that pawn, I might put a queen right there, if you don't mind. I'm going to try. But yes, that was nice how the rook opened up. Because if the queen defends there, then how does the queen work on getting to g2? If she's tasked with the responsibility. So the rook defended there. 3, 6, 7, 3. At this instant, we're even on pawns. Life seems pretty good. So queen h4, king h2. Game is very far from over. I need this without losing this. So, ooh, yes, that's the idea. Now the rook is free. Everybody's going to be free. Nobody has to defend this. That's a beaut. There's the beaut. Rook f5 was also possible, but then I didn't want to trade queens. So bishop e3, good move. Good move, absolutely. I mean, you can't just start losing more stuff. Let me put a knight on e2 on top of that. Now king can't even hang out on h2 because I have this check. So this was correct. This was correct. Okay, how do we want to do it from here? You can have it. b6, I think they had rook b5, and it took away my idea. I have check. Of course, you can't take it. King h... Yeah, that might just do it. Takes check. Of course, if you take it, then my queen waltzes in. King h2, I have check, so you don't want that. So here, king h1, queen d7. That still resigns. My queen is going to come right in there. So if you're white here, you have to take this away. With mayhaps h4. But that doesn't make any sense. d5, but I think, yeah, this was just forced mate. Check. Boom, boom. You can't give me that. King h2, but boom. And boom. Hoo hoo hoo, this attack came together. The power of the Bushcast Gambit. This attack came together really, really, really well. Oh, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful those pieces are. G, 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 G. My man pushing pawns. NYC. Alright. Alright. That was a nice Bushcast Gambit win to pull ahead in Title Tuesday. Bushcast Gambit, we've been cooking with it. We beat a GM in round 1 who declined. Finally, we've had our first acceptance of the day. It was a delayed acceptance, which is interesting, right? Because, okay, obviously, like, with knight c3 here, I have the option to then just, like, do something normal, like knight c6 or d6 and defend the pawn. Here, and it's even, like, a little bit unique, because I delayed knight c6, so maybe I have some, like, other ideas in this position. But I gave him another chance. Knight takes e5, and knight c6. Now, what I'm asking for is this, which would have been a transposition to a Bushcast or a Stafford if he takes. But with knight f3, it's a very, very nice move, I think. Okay, the engine wants the Stafford transposition. But knight f3, I think, it is a very, very nice move in spite of the label right now. Because you're not giving me my precious d takes c6 capture, which does a couple things for me in the position, right? D takes c6, opening the queen onto the d4 square to prevent pawn d4 in this position, opening the bishop so that, you know, if white goes here, that's a big blunder because now the bishop defends the knight from the queen, heading f2, castles queen h4, attacking here and here too many times. The knight on f3, to be clear, stops all of this because the knight on f3 supports d4, right? So the bishop would have never had the scope to begin with. Also keeps the queen out of h4, also defends h2. So keeping that knight on f3 and not giving me the d takes c6 capture is actually a very good idea. You'll note any hit on f2 makes no sense now. Just d4 takes the whole center and they're off a pawn. So I have to play d5, I have to strike back. And so typically what we have, right, what I was referring to is this position. If they want to play knight f3, it typically happens like this. And now d5. And now with takes, queen takes d5, again, we control d4 many, many times. But here, it's a little different. It's a little different because we have our knights in the game already, so they do this e5 option. And they can also play like this here, takes, and maybe d4 now might have been an even better way to play it. But, okay, they play e5 now. I jump in knight e4, d4, and bishop b4. So their extra pawn is looking pretty solid. And this is very non-standard Bushcast stuff because typically the bishop is operating. It is the Bushcast bishop operating on this diagonal, and now it has changed. It's rare that he's hanging out there. Bishop d2, okay, we just castled. Bishop to d3, which looks like a very standard development spot. You're asking my knight, which is kind of in your face, to move, to do something here, right? Knight takes e4, I think I had d takes e4 hitting the knight, and then lots of pressure right there, right? So I don't think you wanted that at all. So bishop to d3 asks my knight to move. And I take on c3. The engine wants this, and because it likes bishop pairs, but this generates actual problems. Because takes, okay, pawn takes c3, which makes a lot of sense. I think it likes bishop takes c3 because it wants to keep long castles potentially on the table, and I would have to give up my precious knight in order to really ruin that structure over there. And then I wouldn't really have anything. But they go pawn takes c3 right now. Again, because bishop pairs are fun. But now after f6, things start to, you know, starts to sense a little bit of danger here. So castle is correct, but now bishop g4. Now look at what's happening. f6, this rook is jumping into the game very, very strong, right? This is what I was talking about. Like, I'm threatening to take here and then hit d2. Right, I'm threatening to just take here twice, very simply, owing to this pin. And you can't take this. I mean, you took here in the game, and we'll check that out in a second. But, I mean, it's not really on the table. And otherwise, like, when this rook opens, whether it's queen or rook, it's a ton of pressure on that pin. Okay, let's talk more about that soon. All right, another Ukrainian CM with a quick Alekhine. Let's play Artate Attack. With rook a3. It is a fun idea. Does he not know it? Come on, Arnold. That's a great profile picture. I mean, that has to be AI. What was the point if not to go here? Yeah. Take my point is castles. Oh, did I wait too long to go here? All right, where are you gonna go? Here. Okay. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. It's a weird situation if you're a ruck. It's not the typical life of a ruck. He's a special snowflake. He'll tell his friends all about it. Here. Could get traps then with bishop 5 next. No, he's good. He's good. He's good. He's doing great. Don't you worry about him. Okay. Yeah, we're cooking. E4, bishop back. What wants this here? I mean, honestly, like, do it. Well, actually, wait. I have a weird idea. Starts with this. And c5 and knight d6. It's a really weird idea. Can't tell if it's good. I still can't tell if it's good. dc5, we trade queens, which I didn't really want, but it's worse things have happened. I don't want the knight coming to c4. This wasn't the best idea. Knight c4, I could go here and we can just trade. Rook e2. Alright, that was weird. Just a funny little guy here. Just hanging out, just doing stuff. Had to take advantage of this strange opportunity I had. It's hot. You don't know squares if you dodge? I think so. Bishop f5, g4, right? You can go there, technically. Otherwise... like, yeah. I mean, there's no law against it. Really. Okay. Not going to give you bishop d5. Maybe I'll make a law against it. He is the law. He is the law. Oh yeah, bishop d5. Oh, really? Just hanging out there with my little fork. Yeah, that was even better. Very smart.
5, 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5.
Really? Just gonna. Oh, wait, that was hanging too?
4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 3. 2, 3. 4.
Oh, what? No. Oh, maybe I was smart. What?
3, 4, 3, 2, 3.
What the heck? I totally missed that.
4, 3.
Oh, that was
2,
smart.
3, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. 3, 4. 3, 2, 3. 2, 3. 4, 3, 2, 3. 4, 3, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2.
Check me if you want.
3, 2, 3. 2, 3.
Oh, that was me. No. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's go. Me and my best friend, the time counter. What a game. Let's go. Oh, wait, was I blocking the board? Oh, I was blocking the times here. Okay, that was a pretty low accuracy game. I'm just looking at it now. Alright, well, we had a Tay attack in Title Tuesday. I love this line, rook a3. We're trying to just shift our dude across here. Typically, like, they bring the bishop out. They try to bring it out this way. In the game, he played c takes d6 and just was going right in there. But, you know, we can stop them from developing so easily. Otherwise, they play here like e6, and we can give this rook, which is actually like a really fun line. Queen g4 coming after them, bishop h6 to follow, and I can jump in. So dark square bishop is way more valuable than you realize. Otherwise, like, you can't really just let me play a5. This is even a fun little gambit we can try. In the game... Oh, let me just turn on the fan. Okay. It is hot and humid in here. It is like 95 here in New York. Fahrenheit. Okay, d6, they played c takes d6. Okay, rook shifts across, g6. I'm just developing. Engine wants d4, bishop g7, h4, but then h5. I didn't see how to get through. Okay, it just wants to maybe use this square. Just wants to maybe use the square or something. I was like, you know, I don't want you to do that. Like, castle's here, now I want h4. I want to get my pawn to h5 and open the stuff for my rooks. I don't want you to play h5, I want to be able to take it, so I don't want to put my knight there. Alas, bishop e5, this got really weird really quickly. Oh yeah, I should have just played d4. Oh, that would have been such a good exchange sack. Of course, we know we can give the rook for the bishop. Even better, we got that file open, got this bishop uncontested. Oh, he'd be cooking around there. Okay, I don't know why that didn't occur to me. Okay, rook e3, we hit the bishop, d4, and yeah, here we do something weird. Yeah, d5, okay, I'm just better. I mean, I assume they would just go here in e5. Of course, this is the move. Let's make sure we don't miss the next round. Until Tuesday. How are we doing until Tuesday? Oh no, that was the game that just happened. Okay. In the game, I did this weird idea. I tried to take advantage of the rook here. So I go knight e4, hitting the bishop, right? Bishop comes back, and yeah, I go c5 instead of d5. Oh wow, what a big error. What a big error. Here, I'll let you see the eval bar. Thank you guys. So, okay, we trade queens, and this is bad. This is bad. Yeah, it's because we're trading queens. I was looking at, like, oh, knight d5, I got knight d6 check, and then I take the knight next because I blocked the queen, right? How pretty is that? But, okay, yeah, they could take here first, and now knight c4 and knight d5 is actually even better, and my rook is just awkwardly located, and the queens are off the board. Okay, bishop takes d1, knight c4, so this isn't so fun. I should probably be losing this pawn. They have this, and my bishop's unprotected. Ah! That's crazy. Rook c3. Okay, we just trade, and then they eat that for free. Okay, well, this rook went for a ride. e6. Okay, we play h3. This was a strange decision. Yeah, I mean, I thought they would take, but I do understand, like, that guy looks pretty nice. That guy looks pretty nice, but you could still work on trying to get that pawn if you're black here. Okay, in the game, bishop f5, and he danced around. Danced around there. I didn't want him to just come back to d5 so easily, so I did that. This is a good idea. Oh, knight c2 is a threat here, so they can give that. And just go rook b8. So we got some stuff. Okay, in the game, castles, it still looks pretty good. For black, takes. This bishop should have no problems getting back in the game. Unless I play b3, which I should have. So if takes... But how do I actually get this bishop? I thought I'd have a lot of problems ever attacking it. Like, if I move it and go here, I'm just going to get that eaten. But apparently, okay, knight c4, I can try to get that. I think that's the point of b3 more than anything. You're not going to trap the bishop, but you just set up knight c4 without hanging it. They don't have rook d5 to defend it, because the knight b6 check. So, okay, knight e4 in the game, just trying to hang on. But this is not good. It should be minus 1.5. But they blundered terribly here with rook takes d6. He has minus 2 if they just play e5. So now they're rolling with these pawns. Their bishop pairs is looking good. They're defending f7. This is hit. So that's what's going on here. But they take it in a7 now. I fork. And now they have a bishop pair and a pawn for the exchange. So, okay, I mean, that's not so bad of a deal. But, you know, we get cooking here. So takes, and it gives me this nice intermezzo to grab this important a5 pawn, giving me these dudes. So now I'm threatening to take this twice. So you can't allow that. And so now this is looking pretty good, although this is kind of some wild swings here. e5 is crazy. I mean, to really, really want to dodge that trade. I mean, I understand, like you know, you lose your bishop pair and any chance of, like, significant counterplay, but, I mean, okay, I miss h7 at first, now I take it, now this is just wild, it's plus 5 point something. That is crazy to play rook f7 in this position. Just absolutely bonkers rather than just, like, taking here, and we're approaching it's over plus 7 at this point. Okay, rook f7 just absolutely bonkers. I mean, but I do not lose immediately, but they take f2, which is the best. Okay, I check, I don't lose the rook. I played rook f7, I didn't even see this. I thought I would have bishop takes e5 next turn. Like, I thought I'd have this, and no, without that. Okay, but, okay, throw in the check, and now I take it. Check here, so they're playing this, and they find this really nice sequence, actually. They're doing everything right here. Check, forcing my king to the dark square, and now check here, they pick off the rook. So it's absolutely correct, and now it should be a dead draw. Like, rooks and opposite color bishops and 2 pawns each. But, we try to make some magic happen here. So they were trying to win. I mean, for some reason... Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't lose my bishop. I was like, why didn't I take the pawn? Okay, my bishop comes to some sort of solid square so that I don't have to worry about hanging these guys in time trouble. Although, you know, the miss was not just rolling with this pawn, but I was just excited to get him here. I'd pre-moved that. Okay, we're throwing in checks. a6, there's rook a2, and they can hang on to the a8 square a little bit. This pawn is not their friend. It's actually stopping that. But I just would have won if I just went with it and check. And apparently it's just cruising. We made it happen in the game anyway. What they needed, I think, it was just to dart with their king, which they do. So it should be a draw, but they needed... Oh, rook a2. Rook a2 just proposed that trade, and their king makes it in time. But they go back, and now my rook gets to e8. So my rook will cover the a8 square, my bishop will cover the a7 square, so that should allow the pawn to go. That's exactly kind of what happened here. My rook comes to e8. Here, a7. They're able to get the rook for it, but with a7, yeah, they're not coming to a1 in time, and we have these squares prepared for the pawn to just go. And so this is just completely winning. This is actually correct, and it is checkmate in 5 inevitably. They have to go rook g1, and that's not even safe. So, wow. Wild up and down one. Oh, I clicked in just in time. We have 4.5 out of 8, I think, because we won the last 2 games. Nice. Oh, Von Papil. A Ukrainian I am Alexander. Oh, that's a good move. If not for the Snyder attack, you thought you could out Gambit the Gambit man. I'll just go down 2 pawns. Wait, let me adjust this. Okay, queen d6. What's the move again? Probably takes check and knight d2. This is fine. I think knight f6 is a good move. I think that's my concern. Alright, we're going to take it. Queen g6, I have this. So, okay, we're now down 1 pawn. I think the option they chose is very solid. That was a crazy opening, and I'm looking forward to explaining it later. About, I gambited, then he tried to counter gambit, but then I counter gambited. All in the first 3 or 4 moves of the game. Okay, check, knight d2. No, that couldn't be a good move. No way. No way. Wait, you're just trying to hold on to this dude? Okay, what is happening here? Knight f6? No. They should be completely toasted here. Probably just long castle. If I go here right now, then we're just kind of transposing to something similar. Okay. I also have bishop c4. No, okay. Let's start with long castle. That has to be correct. A lot of options there, but that has to be fine. This is a tasty position. This is a tasty position. It is yummy. I would eat this position up. Oh, you don't have queen takes f6, bishop g5, and rook d8. So that was forced. Okay. I can go here. Or f4. I've got a lot of ideas. I have the idea of take, and rook d8. Did they just blunder? Do I just win? I think I do. They have bishop g4. No, but I win. Take and queen d7. GG. Gambit Chaz, rise up, baby. Down goes the IM. Tried to hang on to your pawn here, not developing your pieces, keeping your king in the middle. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Do you have check? No, it does nothing. Well, that might not be true. Wait, okay. Because bishop g4, queen takes g4, then check. No, I have here. So you gotta do it in this order. Here, king b1, bishop g4. The point being, takes, queen takes c5. No, queen d7, king f8, queen f7. That's still mate. Got nothing. You got nothing. I don't have to take this. Even though it's probably still winning. I can go here. I can go here. We were calculating the same line, you and I. We were calculating the same line. This is still mate. Bishop g4, queen takes g4. We were looking at the same thing. We were looking at the same thing. That is still mate. GG. Okay, thanks for letting me put it on the board. That is actually really sweet. That is very nice. Still, hey! He didn't let me put it on the board. Okay, now I'm gonna be mean to you in analysis. Now we're gonna analyze, and I'm gonna talk a lot of smack. Oh my god! 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 Wait! Look at this! 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 100.0 to 54.4. Yeah. Bet you wish you let me put that checkmate on the board now. Let's go. 100.0 to 54.4. Oh man, we're gonna talk so much smack to you. Didn't let me put the checkmate on the board. Okay, take c4, knight c3. Let's talk about the opening last. I want to talk about the opening, but let's talk about the opening last. Okay, I'm going to talk about the first 4 moves and what the heck's going on here and why none of us want to take each other's pawns. But finally here, he goes up 2 pawns. He goes up 2 pawns, and this is actually all covered in my Snyder attack video. So this is all prep, even though he's getting exclams here. So he's actually playing all, he's playing all the correct moves. Every move here is correct. Queen takes d4 is a very good line to play here. E takes d4 is the best move, but it launches some really, really crazy stuff where we actually leave both knights hanging. And some really, really cool stuff. But anyway, queen takes d4 and queen d6 is probably what I would recommend someone to play here. it is very precise to go there with the queen. You hold on to e5, right? So, okay, we're 2 pawns down here. Knight takes e4, we play. Hitting the queen. Now, the best line, yeah, queen b4 check hits the knight, knight d2, and the engine wants you to fish for another one, but at minimum, yeah, if bishop c4, this becomes very difficult to defend. You can't play g6 in a lot of lines, because queen takes e5 will win your rook. For example, here, you're already just blundered the game away. So, like, this is a really interesting line here. I'm trying to play bishop c4 here. Like, let's say you play knight c6 to defend here, bishop c4, and I'm going to be attacking here. You got to play queen e7 anyway, so it's very, very hard to follow the engine's recommendations here. You're not going to get your king out of the center so easily at all. My queen here, very, very nice post hitting f7 and e5. In the game here, right, so they play your queen e7 the best, probably queen e6 a little bit better, just so the bishop has a little bit more room to breathe. I understand not wanting to allow any bishop c4 resources or an h5 resources, given all the hits right there. But okay, queen e7 to try to hold this pawn. Long castle's correct, not allowing queen b4 on the board, and this rook starts cooking. So knight f6 makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because, like, you're looking at this, and, you know, my next moves here are, like, going to be, yeah, bishop c4, knight g5, hitting f7, or here, bishop c5. Bishop c5 is already, like, on the verge of trapping the queen. Damn, wouldn't it be a shame if you ever allowed me to play bishop c5 in this game? Wouldn't it be a shame if that ever happened to you? Can't imagine. Couldn't be you, right? Couldn't be you to get pranked by bishop c5. So let's play knight f6, just to make sure we get rid of that knight on e4, just to make sure my opponent never, ever, ever puts that bishop on c5. Never, ever, ever will it happen to me. Never, ever, ever. So, yes, I had to make some concessions going pawn takes f6, but at least there's no bishop c5. At least that could never happen. How does it not give me an exclam? That's crazy. What? You're not going to give me an exclam for that? Not even one? You give me an exclam for the most obvious bishop c4 move, just developing my piece, hitting f7, but no exclam for bishop c5? That's so rude. Okay. But bishop c5 here. Yeah, I mean, this is already losing. We're looking at +3. Knight a6 you have to play to keep my bishop out of this square. And I just play something simple like knight f3, and we're cooking. We got ideas like rook e1 and like sacrifices just pouring down here. Good luck ever getting anywhere with your king. Even if you can cross the d line at some point, yeah, I can always take on a6. I also have this, so your bishop's going to have to move from d7 anyway. Queen takes f5. Your king's never getting out of the middle. I will play f4, like for example, I'll just put some moves on the board here. Okay, already knight takes e5 is working, and rook takes d7 is working. That's crazy. Okay, but anyway, in the game, knight c6, and we got him. Bishop c5. Engine's wreck is queen e6 for the record, but yes, the pawn on g7 is actually much more useful. You have g6 that you can play here, but having to go pawn takes f6 sucked, right? To be clear, you couldn't go queen takes f6 because bishop g5 wins on the spot with rook d8 to follow. So they had to go pawn takes f6, and now after bishop c5, they're just toasted. So they throw something at me here with bishop h6, but my queen is not going to leave the comfortable contact of f7. Just slide out the way, king b1. They throw bishop to g4 at me, queen takes g4. And I don't know if it was clear, but my next move, if they played king to f8, was going to be queen takes here. Otherwise, the queen is trapped in this position, actually has nowhere to go at all. A Title Tuesday classic. A Title Tuesday classic. A Title Tuesday classic. Didn't let me put mate on the board, but that's okay. So, e5. What's going on here? e5 is actually a move I would recommend for black. Okay, make sure I'm not missing the next round of Title Tuesday. Yeah, we're good. Okay, e5 is a move I would recommend here for black. So basically, they actually played a Scandi, right? And maybe, I don't know, maybe they were going for some gambits in the Scandi. I said, no, I'm playing a Von Papille. And Von Papille Gambit, super fun gambit on my channel. You can get that all the time, typically out of d4, and then after d5 to play e4. Or, you know, you can get it out of this move order here, knight c3, and this can happen as well. That's what we were looking at transposing to. There's a lot of various ways to transpose here. After knight c3, if they play knight f6, we have the very fun line with bishop to g5, and often we get this nice stuff with queen takes f3 attacking all here, and castles, and d5, and all that good stuff. In the game, they played the Lemberger counter gambit with this move e5, which is a very good move. It's a very good move. They're playing it now before knight f6. Why? Because d takes e5 doesn't have a tempo on this knight. It doesn't have a tempo on this knight. And so here black's actually doing excellently, because both recaptures here suck. You don't want to move your king, and then they'll castle along with check at some moment. You don't want to move your knight, because then you lose contact here. And then you're actually like a move behind. They're literally white here. They're literally white, because the position's symmetrical and it's their turn. So they can try to defend a pawn, and then maybe try to take yours, or something like that. So you don't want that. And then otherwise, so yeah, I mean, this is fine. Like, you could try to defend this pawn and play some sort of gambit. But the best move is, so we gambited, they counter gambited. But we counter their Gambit with this move, Queen H5, which is this awesome line. Check out the Snyder attack video for the full repertoire here. But yeah, I mean, we're already threatening, right, as you see here, the Queen's threatening Queen takes E5 and Queen takes F7. So we touched on Queen takes D4 a little bit. I mean, there's some other options here. But E takes D4 is like the main one, right? It looks like, oh, there are now 2 pawns up here. They took that one, they took that one. But we play our Bishop C4, which is just crazy stuff. Attacking F7, they've got no pieces developed. They just moved these pawns a bunch of times. And now we're attacking F7, you can't play G6 because your rook will hang, and worse. And so what you got to do is you got to find the right queen move. Which queen move is okay? Which lose? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But then it's knight moves, and we have like so much cool stuff. And even against the top engine recommendation, I remember going over in that video, we play like knight to F3, leaving both the knights hanging because like the rooks come out. It's just such awesome stuff. We're super aggressive chess against their king on all the pieces on the back rank. Okay, subscribe if that goes on YouTube. Next game, Bushcast Gambit against the GM. No? Yes. This is what the other GM played against me in round 1. Didn't work out so well for them. That is an Israeli flag. We're cooking right now. How many points do we have in Title Tuesday? 5.5. Oh, I'm the lowest 5.5 because I'm playing the highest 5, presumably. He has 5. Oh, okay. He's playing this line. You wanna go for it? Or you wanna play D4? Yeah, we're on a hot streak. We just won 3 in a row. Let me adjust. Let me just like so. Okay. Oh yeah. Gambit glass is on. Alright, the most common moves in the position are all bishop moves, which hang G2. Here, and here, I think are literally the 3 most common moves. My opponent's not going to do that. Best move, according to the engine, is Queen F3, which I'm sure they'll find. DC5 is also not a great move. So he's playing all the engine wrecks. Every engine wreck. He's a GM. Unfortunately for you, my prep goes deeper. I have knight takes C3 tricks. He's probably not going to blunder that. Yeah, he doesn't blunder that. I hate when they're good at chess. Okay, I think every single move he's played has been an engine move. I'm not saying that in a suspicious way. I'm saying that, to be clear, not even a little bit. It's kind of a mediocre idea. It's one of the ideas of all time. Do I go C5? Having trouble having any actual compensation for this pawn. Played it so well. This never happens. It's tough to play this line against GMs, if I'm being honest. It's tough to play any line against a GM. I wanted to get this with the knight, but then there's an 83, isn't there? G7, E3. To take. Might just be down pawn. Okay. That's a little uncomfortable. I mean, how to develop your pieces. Are you running short on squares? I think you might be. Yeah. I think actually that was a mishap. But it wasn't so obvious what to do. That was a mishap. We're doing okay on time just because I played the opening so much faster than him. But then... What? How does that work at all? Oh... That's a crazy find. Do I take on F2? It's kind of ugly. It's a little oogly. Yeah, I think I should, though. Okay, wait, we're down 0 pawns. We're down 0 pawns. Off come the Gambit glasses. Played Bushcast Gambit against the GM. Let's try and go 2-0 with the Bushcast Gambit against GMs. He accepted it, but in a really smart way. In a really smart way. a really, 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 really smart way. Do I go knight d3 now? I'll do it in a sec. I can't make the line I want work. I'm having a lot of trouble with this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Any reason why not? Oh, that's a reason.
5, 4, 3, 4.
Was that hanging? This? D3 also. I want this pawn. Yeah, I want that pawn. I really want that pawn.
3, 2, 2.
Thought I had knight d3. Just kind of instinct.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Oh!
1, 2.
Just when I was liking my position.
1.
Did I have this? I don't know that I did. Just when I was liking my position. Done a whole rook. Oh, really? Is that harder? Oh. Why didn't it talk to me again? I don't understand. Okay. Okay. Oh, well. This guy was good. This guy was good. He was very, 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 very good. He was very, very good. Okay. Bushgas Gambit declined. Yeah, so in my first game against the GM, they just kind of didn't want this pawn and bailed out here with d4. And we had takes, and I went check. And then I grabbed this pawn after and castled my king. We had just kind of like an equal position. Here, he chooses the most ambitious option, which is the engine recommendation to grab this pawn. Takes d4, castles. All right, so we have this position. And part of the reason I like this is that if you go to the Lee Chess database, at least when I made the video about this, made the theory video here, bishop c4, bishop d3, and bishop e2 are the first, second, and third most common moves, and all of them are terrible because it hangs g2. So that's actually really funny. But dc5, queen takes e5. This is quite good because we're hitting them with like knight g4 and hitting this bishop too many times, so that is a good line. Really the only good option is queen f3, trading off this very effective queen, tying down this bishop to g2, and also tying down the knight. So now we have to save the bishop because it's going to be hanging without the queens on the board. And what a lot of people do here, actually, and I won a Title Tuesday game last week in this position. It wasn't against a GM. It's against a different title player. But they castle, and it gives us the option to go takes, and knight c3. And I won this because it's a nice little trick here. If they take back here, we have got our pawn back, and if they go here, we get our pawn back this way. And this is a nice position, and I won from here. But in the game, he goes bishop b3. He puts that bishop on a defended square. He sees that little trick of take, knight c3, which is, again, a really, really tough one to see. I go c5. I'm trying to, like, chew away at that structure before he develops so much. I think we fight our way back into the game here because knight d2, b5... Yeah, you have one good move here. So we've developed really effectively, and it was tough for white to develop. You have no good moves with this knight. Knight a3, I can take that and then take c3. Knight e3, I can just take that twice with these guys. But he has this really nice line. Again, great spot by my opponent here. Knight e4, hitting my bishop, which looks like it just drops a piece because it takes counterattacks here. But you have bishop a4, a great move, and you are hitting these two dudes. So in order to not be down a pawn, I take here an 85. So we're still battling. White's a little bit better here. But I took off the Gambit glasses here because we're on even material, and we've both been playing quite well to this point. Okay, bishop to c2, rook to b8, and c5. Here I just couldn't find the right idea. I was thinking about... Oh, okay, next game, whatever. Alright, we're playing an FM from UAE. Yeah, good call. If he shows up. Come. Oh wait, I need to take away your freedom of speech on Twitch. You guys are on emote only mode. I've been sparingly remembering to do it. I've been kicked out of Title Tuesday a few times for not putting that on. By the way, I would be remiss not to shout out the follows. Barnes, Bayard, Himanshu, Pillowette with the follows on Twitch. And I think some subscribers on YouTube. Your name flashes across the screen and such when you follow or subscribe. Hello everyone in the chat. The emote only rule is so dumb. Is like, he couldn't have a dumber rule. I think there was a scandal with Danya about this where he was kicked and he explained this. Yeah, literally if you want to chat during the game, just go to YouTube Live. Alright, knight c3. I like playing here e6. Play here and here. It's an interesting idea. I never played d5, right? So I have some funny ideas. I don't know what's happening if queen f3. Queen f3, I'll just take it. So I don't lose my rook. Just vibing here. Just coming up with plans. Seems like he knows what he's doing. Or he's just playing fast. It's too much waste of time. Well, it makes sense he's playing fast. He spotted me like a minute and a half, didn't he? Okay. I know Joe Baba players like to do that. Casalong, I mean. Not a ton going on here. Let's see, they want this. Want that? I mean, can I try to turn the tables a little bit? Yeah, they were aware of it. I think we're headed towards a draw. I hate to say it, but they played white and they didn't really do anything so magnificent. I mean, neither did I guess. I think I played solid, I don't know. F4 would be kind of the only thing, but I just put my knight right there. c3. Here. 3. Did I just give them this? I want f6. I may have just given them this. Didn't want f4. Really? Okay. Oh, I guess we're playing chess. Okay. None of that. Just b3. Actually, they're fine, right? Wasn't so clever, yeah. Yeah, I respect them for trying to be spicy, but I might fail to capitalize on the spice. Again, we're in a symmetrical position. I mean, this is pretty funny, but I'm not really sure what to say. G4? I hope they do it. Actually, take, knight G3. Go rook H2. Keep me out of E2, right?
Five, four, three, two, three.
My position was definitely better there, but my knight was good, but it blocked my file. Oh.
3, 2, 3.
They're gonna trade and go knight b3, right? No, but then I have check and knight c4.
4, 3, 4.
They didn't see this.
5.
They didn't see that.
4, 3, 4.
This is annoying.
3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3.
I mean, we got him.
2, 3, 2, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5.
They made it very tricky on me. They made it very tricky. Ooh. Don't try to beat me. Don't try to beat me. Take the draw next time. Take the draw next time. Nice try, though. Nice try. Nice try. You gave it a shot. I respect it. You gave it a shot. It wasn't a good idea. But, you know, if you're going to go down swinging. If you're going to go down swinging. He went down swinging. You know, it might have been like a breaking ball way outside of the strike zone, but he swung at it. I'm so terrible. Takes. Queen takes. Okay. I mean, this was clever how I did this, I think, without d5, because I included this move bishop a6, because I was going to go here and knight d5 and trade anyway, but I got him this move bishop a6 for free. Like, he's got to move his queen and then come back with his queen, so I got that move in for free. Okay, we traded. Unless go down swinging is from boxing. Is it from baseball or from boxing? Go either way. I actually don't know. Okay, so this is equal stuff here. I mean, it's like they played e4, going for something here, but, you know, there's really not a lot to be said. Okay, I mean, they take d5. They could go knight e5, but they didn't like this queen a2 resource. Apparently they're okay. Check here does nothing if you can just put your king right there and hold the defense of this pawn. So, okay, they could have played knight e5, tried to stick a knight on c6. Again, it's not much. I can drive you out of there. But, okay, takes. It's triple zeros here, literally. I mean, I can show you. Eval bar. So, dead equality here is we're about to just trade rooks on the E-line. Oh, I missed this. Because if you take the knight, then I take the rook. And if you take here, then I throw in this check. It's check, notably. And then we're here. By the way, what's up in Title Tuesday? Oh, Title Tuesday's over. And we had 6.5 out of 11. That was a very good Title Tuesday. I actually thought that was the 10th round. Alright, shout out to Jeffrey Zhang and Salam AR Salah from the UAE, but that's from UAE for tying for first. Okay. UAE, like my last opponent here. In the game, yeah, so I would have just grabbed that f2 pawn if I found knight takes f2. But I didn't, and so I just come back knight d6, and we're just trading stuff, and he's like, no to the rook trade, which is crazy, because obviously this rook's better than that rook. He's just like, oh, I'll just outplay you from here. I'll just outplay you, and I'll beat you. I mean, he does have a time advantage. Okay, so let's see how that worked out for him. So here we played a4. Knight to c4 here. b3. Okay, we're just dancing around. Here. Again, you know, it's like we have a literally identical position. You should probably just go rook e1. My rook is on the only open file on the board. I don't know how your rook is ever going to be better than that, but let's see. So you're trying to play rook h1 to open that line. I'm like, okay, do it. Because I'm not like, oh, let me beg and grovel for a draw and move back and forth and let you do whatever you want, right? That would have been, then you can get outplayed from there, right? I'm like, no, okay, you want to play g4, I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to play knight f5, so that when you play g4, I'm going to slip underneath, and I'm looking at using these squares. Have fun going rook h2 and getting forked on the back rank if you want to keep my rook out of e2. Again, the only way to maintain equality, this was your last chance to play rook e1 in this position, to keep my rook out of this very strong file. He says, no, I'm going to put my rook on g1, and what I should have done was check in here, which gets a little testy, but okay, the rook can hold the defense of the knight. Okay, I mean, I saw it, but I'm low on time, so I played an e4, king c2. I'm playing your knight to f2, which was a nice idea, because, yes, my knight is good and my rook is good, but they're blocking each other, so, you know. And this, okay, just h5, so how do I make progress? Knight f2, and I was looking for this here, trade, takes f2, and I thought, you know, my rook has some targets here, it can come here, and certainly I have no risk in this position whatsoever. But he didn't want to make any trades. He don't want to make any trades. So he goes knight c1. He says this knight is better than this knight, and he says this rook is better than this rook. That's what he's told me so far. He's like, oh, okay, when I'm the one moving the knight. I know. I've heard that before. I've heard that before in declining trades of playing it. It's about the person moving the piece more than the piece. All right, rook e4 hits the g4 pawn. And the problem there for white is that my pieces have actually gotten so good that I will take the h4 pawn or the g4 pawn. I will just take one of those pawns. So b4, you're trying to generate something on this part of the board. The problem is, and I gave him the rook trade here, which I actually shouldn't have done, and now it's equal. Now it's gone back to equal. I should have not given the rook trade. My king's also doing a good job holding this. And again, I think it's just the same resource, knight coming to c4, and the rook should be, again, this rook is better than this rook. I don't know how I've gotten absolutely gaslit about this, but yes, it should be able to take the h4 pawn maybe as well. Okay, rook takes g4. White should be able to draw this. Let's see how. Knight b3 was not it, and I pointed that out in the game that they missed this check and knight c4 resource hanging onto this pawn critically, or else this pawn really could have ran. In the game, they need king d2, so that keeps my knight out of c4, and then maybe knight b3, knight e5 is actually inevitable, yeah. So we're talking about some line with like knight f2, knight b3, g5, and so we'll be in like a pretty even foot race here. They come this way, I come this way. Yeah, so that's probably what would have happened. But knight b3 is a blunder, because now here and knight c4, and now we've got a really nice 2-on-1 with me coming this way. Knight c5, I think they should have held the knight there, but honestly, yeah, if they just made this a battle of king and two pawns versus king and pawn, yeah, I probably would have reigned supreme there. But knight c5, the issue there is it gave me, I mean, I found it eventually, was knight b2 check, picking off this dude. So they're definitely never going to create a pass pawn on the side of the board. And also my king's coming there, and these dudes will run. So that's what was going on here. Knight b8, they're going for this pawn. I could have played c5 and invited some complications. Yeah, I was looking at this during the game. Can I play cd4 and go for this line? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe, but it's no reason to. Here, okay, fine. Take my pawn, take my other pawn. That's fine. I've got these two dudes, and they'll roll. Okay, knight c6, g4. I mean, you got to get over here. Like, you got to have somebody here, like, something. And they do, but they spent too much time, you know, re-establishing the pawn count on the queen side that now that's just, I think, much too late. I don't think there was really anything they could do here. And we queen. And they go for some fancy tricks here, trying to go with an awkward spot to with their king. But this was just a nice way to make sure you don't get forked or anything like that with such little time on the clock. Queen takes d5, trading off for their last piece as that pawn goes, and we pick off all the dudes. And don't stalemate them, and win in the corner. GG. GG. Oh, wait, let's give you guys some freedom of speech. Let's give you guys some freedom of speech. Okay. Good stream. Good Title Tuesday. Awesome stuff. I meant to finish analyzing. What game did I not get to finish analyzing that I wanted to? This was a great Title Tuesday. Let's just have a quick look. We didn't get the chance to finish looking at this one. I don't believe we did. Yeah, this was a really fun one. This was the... let me get this right here. Okay, yeah. We had a Bushgas Gambit in the very first round of Title Tuesday. We had a Bushgas Gambit declined, right? They're playing c3, not taking on e5. And then playing d4 here, rather than what the other GM played against me, which was knight takes e5 and d4, trying to go up the pawn. So here they're just being like, okay, I'll play d4, and we'll re-even the pawn count. So we just got this equal position out of the opening. But they played queen b3, which blundered to this phenomenal rook takes e2 sacrifice. Which I really, really like. I mean, that's a really cool move. It's a really cool move. Rook takes e2. The problem is bishop takes f3 and knight d4 with some beautiful forking action here. They can't eat d5 so easily in any line because, yeah, we're just going to take f3 and d2 falls. But, you know, just some wild stuff all around. Knight takes e2 they played, which was best. And here we missed knight a5 trapping the queen, right? Which we were talking about before. So we play here knight takes d4. And we were just talking about, before we signed, we got interrupted last time. We were just talking about, well, so here I had the very, very nice move again, of knight to f3 check in this game. And if we don't play knight to f3 check, our advantage is going to evaporate, and the rooks are going to start looking better than the bishop and the knight, and, you know, it can cause us lots of problems down D line. There's lots of juicy targets there. They're already up one important pawn here. My queen's tied down to the rook. We got back rank problems. So all these things can combine, and this is already a little tenuous. But knight to f3 check was a really nice find. And it wasn't for the reason I thought. In the game, he played king h1 and let me take here, and I go up a piece now, a whole bishop after winning that exchange. But pawn takes f3. It's funny. I really got away with this because I assume he didn't go pawn takes f3 because of knight to f4, which is correct. What I was going to play was queen g5 check. But queen g5 check isn't winning because we could never play a non-checking move. If we ever play a non-checking move, they take this rook and win, right? King h1, of course, certainly winning. We go here, that's check, and then we mate, right? So it's okay. They never got a chance to take here. If they play king h2, I was looking at this, check, but then they just go back king g1, yeah. If they ever let my bishop come into the action, okay, very different story. Then we just waltz right in. But they don't. They can just stay on these dark squares, and then when I have nothing better, I can't just keep my rook on the board and then be like, okay, let me go here on my next couple moves. Yeah, they could just take this because I have back rank problems. So seriously, that's a brilliant, and I didn't get a brilliant for rook takes e2. I only got one exclam. That's dumb. That's dumb. Okay, but yeah. So my option queen g5 check is only a draw. Knight to f4 is winning. And the point is we set up the mate threat. While keeping the queen here guarding the rook. Right? So we're threatening to do this all with checks. And that's the key right now. And it's also not bishop takes f3 because they have this brilliant move rook e5 keeping the queen out of there. Whereas knight f4, there's no real easy way to keep the queen out. I think, yeah, oh, queen c5, we have rook b5. Filthy. Using stuff all over the board, and you're really setting up queen g5, waltzing right into g2. I mean, my instinct is, so king h1, there's bishop takes f3 check. King h2, we can't go here, right, because it's not a check. We can go, though, queen c8. This is what we were talking about before. Queen c8, holding the defense here, and an unstoppable zigzag incoming. Yeah, knight on f4, beautiful. Knight on f4s against castled kings here are just so good. Kasparov used this idea all the time. I call it the Kasparov Knight. I don't know if anyone else uses that terminology, but love this. Against, like against a Fianchetto, okay, you know, you're not putting it right there. But against, like, a standard castle, even if this pawn were on G2, right? Obviously, their structure is completely decimated here. But even if this pawn's on G2, knight's on F4 is really, really effective hitting these points here. I love having that knight on F4. And you can see how effective it is here. Trying to get the queen into these squares. Okay, in the game knight f3, they just played king h1. They just played king h1, so knight f3 really worked out for us. Maybe not for the reason I thought, but probably for the reason they thought. I assume they saw the line here with knight to f4. Critically, what I missed is I thought queen c5 here was hanging on, but I didn't see this idea of rook b5, which is just a really, really nice resource using it all. Okay, knight to f3 check, they just played king h1, and then from here we should just be up a piece, although, you know, anything can happen. My pieces are a little loose, just kind of defending each other a little randomly. Again, we also have back rank problems, so let's see what happened from here. Knight a5 hit the bishop, and also, you know, they're trying to come into the square, so here we gotta be careful. And we're down on the clock big time here, 20 to 5 approximately. 20 to 5 on the clock. Okay, queen c5, h6, that's a useful move. Don't get mated on the back here. Knight f6, just trying to bring my pieces onto squares where they're actually protected and I'm not going to lose them. Don't look ahead. I just hit the wrong button. They played here b4, trying to get their pawns rolling. You know, this is such time trouble. I didn't even take that. I just, like, play straight queens. They're like, no. I'm like, okay, I'll take that one. They go rook d1. I just go king h7, just trying to get out of the way of stuff, keeping things defended. They can't take twice on d7 because they'll take on a5. Okay, knight c6, I'm like, yes, please, trades are good. Please trade. They're like, no. I'm like, okay, let me get this pawn. Check. Here. My king is safe. I'm trying to get this pawn. I do get this pawn. And then I'm like, oh, here's my big idea. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. And it actually worked out for me. I did set that up. And I got the trade. So this is everything I wanted from being up a piece several moves ago with everything loose and also being down a pawn and pawn count. So this is good, and then we struggled to make progress for a long time. You can see I went king g6, I went king h7. I'm just trying to not flag here. I'm like, okay, I need to go rook b6 to defend the knight to go my pawn there. We're making progress little by little by little. And then finally, actually, what happens here is they put the rook on d3, and then I go check, and I can win that rook, which is kind of a funny way for that to end. But of course, okay, this is very, very winning. We just need to make progress in a logical manner after I make a bunch of moves to get my time up a little bit. Okay. Crazy game against the GM there. That's a really fun one. That'll go in Bushgas lore with that rook takes e2 sacrifice and that knight to f3 sacrifice, which, you know, at varying degrees of... I played them. I guess that's the bottom line. Even if maybe I didn't play knight f3 for the right reason. Super funky with the follow. Appreciate it. What was the other game I wanted to go over? There was this one.
5.
This one wasn't so crazy. It was interesting, though. I won't waste your time. There's that one. There was our win streak here, yeah? Did I go over this? I think I did. Yes. So we left off, for context, what's going on here. This was a delayed bush gas acceptance. It was a delayed bush gas acceptance. Let's open this up. Here they played here knight c3. Let's open the roof. Okay. Delayed bush gas acceptance. They take it now, and now knight f3. So now d5. This is a very strange line. Doesn't really happen too often because they played knight c3, gave him another chance to take the pawn, then they did, and then also they didn't transpose into like Stafford Bushgas stuff. They went back knight f3 here. Okay, so knight e4, d4 to not hang f2, bishop b4, bishop d2. So the bishop is switching gears here, eliminating that knight. So this knight can stay strong. f6 castles and bishop to g4. So we were talking about this position. We were talking about this position a little bit. And why it's very difficult for white. You can see here the next best move. The second best move is e6. And it actually makes a lot of sense because this file is really going to cook. This file is really going to cook. What you want is once you have a pin to pile up on that pin piece as many times as possible. Like if they play here queen takes f6, this is a huge problem they're having on with the f3 knight. Even with bishop e2 as a potential resource, because rook e8, right? I can maybe take e2, take here, force g takes f3 at the right moment, and get their king. Knight d2 at any moment can distract their queen from defense here. So this is really like some brutal stuff. But e6 also distracts my bishop from being over there. Estracloon with the follow. Appreciate it. So e6, yeah, I mean, it keeps equality here. Bishop e2, makes a lot of sense. Like, if you're having problems here, it makes sense to do that. I mean, one option I have here is just take e5. I mean, this also looks pretty nice here. Like, my knights are looking good here. Like, you don't want to allow this, of course. My rook's still cooking here. De4. I mean, I definitely like black. I want to play queen h4. I want to play rook f5. I want to maybe play knight f3, check and pawn takes. I want to bring my rook across. So this is still lots of fun things if you're playing with the black pieces. Bishop e2, yeah, most logical spot, I think, now, but they go for this really ambitious bishop takes e4, and I understand, like, you don't like your position, like this is getting chipped away, this pin is a huge problem, so, you know, it makes sense to maybe try to drastically change it, but drastically changing it by exposing your king is a tough one. And, yeah, so we have, like, a few good options, like takes, and fe5, like, anything that opens the king is going to be good, but I think the most effective is what I did. So bishop h5, right, so we keep this pin here, and the only way to not lose a piece here is g4. Now, I'm not just going to move away. I mean, I could, but then the knight moves away, and then, okay, like, you know, things could be worse for white. Here, this is worse for white, because I play pawn takes f3. Now, after takes, now I play f takes e5, and we leave this very, very, very strong pawn in your face on f3, defended by the rook, and with lots of ideas to bring the queen over to g2. Somehow, this seems to happen to my opponents, that the king gets torn open, and we have ideas of maybe bringing the queen in there or there. So I don't have access to the g5 square at the moment, but as you see, I had other ideas to bring it in. And it's important that I had the rook defending, because if I had, like I was talking about during the game, if I had queen d5, then my queen is tasked with defending the pawn, and also that pawn can be, you know, picked off, and wouldn't be able to have freedom in terms of operating this way. So f takes e5, this is really, really nice stuff. As soon as I saw this, I had to do it, even on pawns at this moment, and just kind of a disaster for white. This, I think, is a logical move. I mean, the engine wanted queen b1, I guess the defensive resource is maybe check and here and here. I think that's actually a way around. I think that's a way around. I don't think this pawn is really the important part of that, but that's pretty interesting. So bishop e3 defends this. I understand, like, you don't want takes, and knight takes d4. Like, that's just adding insult to injury with maybe the knight coming to e2 and more. So bishop e3, but then I have this really nice move. So here, could trade queens, right? But it's important here that I think you fight e4. So e4 is saying no to all that. And we're defending the pawn now, not only with not the queen, but not even the rook. So the pawn defends pawns, which is beautiful. And now the rook is free to come to either h5 or g5 and really, really get this king. Bishop should be on g3, but it's never going to get there. I'm never going to give it the f4 square. So rook b1, I don't think there was anything so great you could have done here. Queen b1 trying to come across, but I think even at this point, yeah, I could play your rook d5 just to cut you from having any defense, and then queen h4 ideas can follow maybe after something like knight a5 to break the pin. In the game, rook b1 and rook f5. This is just a really effective resource. You know things are bad when rook b5 is the engine's recommendation. So yeah, in the game d5, but it didn't change anything here. Check, I got 2x limbs for it. Because here we are waltzing right into g2. To be clear, if something like queen d2 to take that away, I have queen h4 as well. I have queen h4 as well, threatening here, and like I said, the rook can come to the h line as well. You know, the pieces are completely locked out from doing anything. This pawn is defended in all cases. So rook g5 check, king h2, doesn't matter whether king h2 or king h1, because queen d7 gets my queen into h3. You can have this rook, doesn't matter so much, takes and mate, and if you go king h2, at any moment, I will drive you away back to h1 and getting into h3 with a brutal mate. A brutal, brutal mate. Even though you played a very good acceptance of the Bushgas Gambit, we got in there. We got in there. Alright, I will check out the Knock Knock Gambit. I will. I promise you. Sorry, I got a lot on my plate. I will check this out. But I appreciate the reminders. I do. Alright, guys. I kind of have to go box right now. Well, actually, okay, wait. Give me 1 second. Maybe I'll keep playing on stream. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep playing on stream. I have some time. I got some time. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Insert Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort meme here. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. We're not going to leave until we're 2573. So why don't we get our rating over 2600? How about that? How about that? Welcome everyone into the chat. I appreciate you all. I will do a viewer stream, playing viewer stream soon. That was literally my most recent stream. I would promise to do that soon. Let's get some games, though. But I appreciate all the enthusiasm there. Let me do this. Okay, let's get a goring. I feel like I've played a lot of Ukrainians today. I feel like this is like my 5th Ukrainian out of 12 opponents. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gambit class is on. And they're realizing now that it's not the Danish. You can't just play d5. Give me that. We include these moves knight f3, knight c6, and then Danish our pawns. Because you can't just play d5 as an easy bailout. Because pawn takes d5. This is a good move. This is a good move. Not common. Typically they try to move these. Bishop e6, shields f7. Okay, I have to take it. I could just go knight c3. But I'm going to go here. Alright, let's turn the volume up a little bit. Let me know if the audio is good there. Or if the music's overwhelming. Not high enough. What do we think? Can we leave that there? Why not? Knight d4. I can't take it in 82. But I do have queen c4. Oh, I also have just queen a4 check. You gotta go right back. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. We're still 2 pawns down. But I want to land that knight right there. What happened to my tunes? Comment if the audio is good. Ooh, look how ugly your pieces are. Alright. Gonna have to do this eventually. I think that might have been necessary. Alright, we're still 1 pawn down. What do I attack when this is how the pieces are? I think. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. F takes g5, totally fine. Keeps this open, keeps f6 away. You're not castling. I actually do think that the volume's a little loud. Let me fire off one text. H6. I want to play f5. Can you take it twice? I mean, I dare you. I double dog dare you. I don't really see why they can't, but I'll just have faith in the power of the Gambit Chad. Open in this. This has been a fun game. I like the way I've played. I only wish I'd played faster. Oh, it's 3+2, right? Yeah, it's 3-2. It's 3-2. Okay, so what they're doing has been pretty sensible. They've been trying to play it on the safe side, trying to hang on. They're giving me both pawns back. King takes f1 is not, it's not the vibes. I mean, it could be the vibes, could be the move. Could be the move. Let's just coordinate our rooks. Let's get all our dudes cooking. We got this pin. I don't think you want... Well, maybe you do. Takes knight here. Could be a good idea, actually. Knight here. Yeah. Alright, I probably have to do this. I mean, as much as I like this idea, So I keep this and play your next turn. Where? I mean, I don't want to trade off for a piece that's so bad. Alright, let's do this, though. I think we can just keep our foot on the gas pedal here. And Vien with the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, they're a little tied down. This is pretty nasty, though. We've got all sorts of tricks. Like an 87 check and Rook takes F8 ends the game, for instance. This is also good. This is tough if you're black. What do you do? Takes. You're just giving me this. I think you had no choice. But yeah, I have to trade queens. They defended well. Could have lost a lot quicker. Okay, wait. Pawn count is even at this point. But I think it's still tough for them. They've defended well. Very logical. It's forks galore, should be, right? I don't see it. Didn't see it.
3, 2, 4, 3, 5.
That's a problem, isn't it? I get here first. Let me meet you. Please.
4, 3, 2, 3.
Oh.
2, 4. 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5.
We're both trying to mate each other.
4, 3, 5.
Making progress. Ah, whatever. Alright. Just gonna just trade the rooks. Okay. Alright. Damn. What happened here? They defended this well out of the goring. Playing bishop e6 to shield this. I like how we went after them, and knight d8 was correct. You can't ever allow this knight into e6. It's just too much of a monster. So we're going after them. Oh, f5. This should have been winning. Poor decision. Oops. Okay. Poor decision here. Oh, should have gone with this. Oh, because I have this. I don't know why that didn't occur to me. It's pinned. It's completely pinned. So then I just have this position when I force pawn takes h6. I have no idea how that didn't occur to me. Okay. Play bishop d2 instead. Still should be really good. I went here. Oh my god, I missed this. Okay, I did not deserve to win this game. Still should be winning. Here we're just in time trouble, and we ended up trading these 2 pawns, which is not a good choice. Yeah, I need to defend this pawn and then work on winning this guy. Instead of just trade these pawns, and I think it should all be drawn from here. In fact, this was even bad. What do they have here? Check, and then... Oh, because if they go check and then here, then they take it while generating some mate threats. I could get it in hot water. Okay, in the game... Something here. Okay, it's all equal from here. Alright, well, yeah. I actually played well in the opening, generated chances, I just didn't capitalize on the chances. Alright, new game. Oh, what's up, what's up? One more here. Got a 3-2 or 5-0. Yeah, people are asking how to get better at chess. Absolutely, consuming chess content is great, but reviewing your games, doing tactics, as I always say, that is the way to go. Alright, we're playing a 5-0. It's from Puerto Rico. That's a Cavs hat? Oh, Philippines. That's... Yes. Ooh, can we get... That pains my soul. What is this? Alright, well, let's just try to generate this idea anyway. What was C3 before the London stuff? Weird. So now we just have these moves included. This should be very good, though. D5 is a more useful move for me, I think, than C3 is for you. Now, this is our favorite idea. It is threatening to trap the bishop while having a hit on it. Bishop E5 to be clear is F6, and I'm threatening to trap it. Now you gotta play H3 to create a square, but I'm not gonna let you tuck back in there, because I'm hitting it. I'm also not giving you H takes G3. I hit only after forcing F takes G3, which is worse than you think. Because now you have to play King F2. And your precious London bishop, your precious London bishop is gone, and in a very ugly way. I also Queen D6, maybe like a H4, Queen G3 action there. Let's do this. Well, I was going to do this because of G4, but then take... But then we come back. So Queen of 6 here, G4, take, knight, queen back. I mean, okay, I like Queen of 6, though. C5 was also an idea. They had already played C3, which is such a solid move against C5. So that's why I didn't want to do it. But I could have. Bishop moves. I mean, if I play like Rook G8, there is G4, right? Why not with the knight? Yeah, why don't I take with the knight? Good question. It's because they can now just play H6, G3 right now. I want to learn chess is a great username. So yes, this is... Oh, it's my move. Okay, so G4, I think trade. Then H2, Queen F6, come back. Probably not what you want. You gonna play e4? This king can't even move. So yeah, e4. Okay, I can't allow e5. I'm ready to be safe over here. I don't know about you. G4, take. And then queen f6 next turn, and then taking here. Not bad. I think even better, though, is just castles. I think your queen should be here, so at least maybe you had g4? The queen defended? I'm not sure this was what you wanted with your king in this situation. You can also open the center further and get you from other directions. I think you should have been focused on development. If you had played knight d2, for example, instead of e4, then you would have had g4 in this position, with the rook defending. And I wouldn't have had queen f4 because the king would be there. So yeah, king there is probably forced. And yeah, this is really ugly for white. I can take and play e5. I can also throw in some g4 stuff. I mean, both are very effective. Okay, let's take this. Of course, this file would be great. I don't think they should take it. Your pawn and more. Who's the Gambiter here? I'm the one up the pawn. Still haven't found a good solution. That was the dumbest move I could have played. What? That was the dumbest move I could have played. I don't know what just happened. Okay. Alright, let's be smart starting now. What? It's been too long that it made a bad decision. Alright, now we got this open. Now we cooked in. Give me some of this. Alright, let's take it first. Can always do that next turn. Yeah, that's forced. Alright, you're not gonna move that. Almost trapped. Oh, it's 5-0. I have no increment. I'm so stupid. Of course, right when we're about to win. Oh, go queen d2. think we... Should we mate quickly? Question is how quickly.
Five. Four.
Oh man, wasn't that something? We just switch into a higher gear sometimes. And they're like, oh, the clock. Better just play real quick, make it happen. Make it happen. All right, you guys. I really appreciate you all. Do another stream playing viewers. Check out the link tree. It's the first link wherever you are at Twitch or YouTube. This is the full repertoire. If you're curious about anything I played here, just click on any of this. Don't know what to do against the London. Just click on that. Boom. Oh, everything to do against the London. Crush them with this awesome Gambit they've never heard of. Join the Discord there. Awesome community. Share stuff with each other. And you'll get notified when I go live on Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you guys. I'll see y'all soon.